Good morning, guys. Welcome to the very first 5 a.m. club. I'm so sorry that I'm not able to do this live and that this is just a 5 a.m. recording. Since about 6 o'clock last night, the whole island has lost Telstra connectivity. So I've got no Wi Fi, no phone, no internet. Zoom doesn't work for recording even offline, so I can't share my screen. So we're going to do this like a very old-fashioned pen and paper way, and hopefully you guys can still follow along. But I first wanted to just quickly touch on the 5 a.m. aspect, and I guess I did get quite a few comments about the time, and I guess look, the reason that I chose this time was simply because it's going to be uninterrupted by little one, and on top of that, I guess it's less likely that I'm going to have to reschedule, postpone, or cancel, because this time of the day doesn't tend to get interrupted by life in general either. And to be honest, I've been getting up at 5:30 every morning, Monday to Friday anyway. And I'm finding that this honestly is now my energy for the day. I'm getting up and I'm having like an hour and a half completely to myself, completely in silence. I'm doing my gratitude journaling. I'm working on my affirmations for the day. I'm doing 10 or 15 minutes of like podcasts or reading or something that's nourishing for my brain, and stimulating me a little bit intellectually. And then I'm just getting some work done. And honestly, I know it sounds kind of juxtaposition, but this hour of the day is my energy for the day. You wouldn't believe the difference it's making. And so honestly, I encourage you guys to try it. But I also thought that we might have some people joining me live from time to time because whilst it is early for most people, I know that we've got some breastfeeding mamas in our group, and a lot of shift workers. So who knows? I may have some people joining me from time to time, but either way, I will record it. So today I just wanted to go through a bit of a process that you can work with at home really easily, even if you don't know anything about oils, to develop a protocol for you, or to figure out, which oils you should be adding to your collection next. But in particularly, if you've got a particular wellness concern or a health issue or a wellness goal that you're working on, this will be really helpful for you. It'll also be really helpful for you if you've wanted to share oils with friends and family, but you just don't know where to start with them. You don't know what to say to them. You don't know how to help them figure out which oils to get. You just know that they're going to help them. So this is going to be really helpful for you with that. I can't take credit for this. So this actual wellness worksheet comes from a lady called Michelle Ragg, and many thanks to Mandy and Tara for sharing this with the rest of the team when they discovered this at the leadership retreat just recently. So this I'm really excited about because this makes it really easy, like I say, for anyone. All you need is this piece of paper, a bit of time, I think, for some reflection, and some resources. So whether that is the internet, make sure you're using really reputable sites. So some sites that I recommend are people like Dr. Axe, who talks a lot about natural medicine, not just essential oils, and is all research and evidence-based. Or you can get a book, which is what I'm going to be using this morning. So I have Modern Essentials. I also have Modern Essentials app on my phone. But if all you get is the Droply app, that will also help you. So if you haven't got the Droply app downloaded on your phone yet, go into the group on Facebook, type in Droply in the search bar, and you'll come up with a link which will allow you to download it and access our subscription for free. And that will be really helpful for you. I also use the Emotions and Essential Oils book. That's an old version. The new version I have actually on Kindle on my phone. It's the first edition that you've been able to put on your phone. And I also have an essential, I'm just going to find it so I can show you, Essential Emotions Reference app. I'm not sure if you can see that. It looks like this. It's like a green square with like a yellow drop and a heart in the middle, of white heart in the middle of it, if you wanted to go and download that. So those are some resources that you can access really easily. If you want to get the books, au.aromatools.com is a really good place to go. And get them. Like I say, you can get this emotions book on Kindle now as well. So let's get started. I'm going to work through this. I've not actually done this yet. We only just got our hands on this worksheet like a week ago, but I'm going to work through this live with you, and I'm going to pick my eczema as a bit of an issue that I have on an ongoing basis. I think a lot of you know that. So if you haven't already, pause this and then go to the file section of our Facebook group and download this wellness worksheet. So you can see I've got my notes all scribbled all over this already. And you can also do this, by the way, if you don't have something in particular, but you just know that you can up level your wellness. So you might not have eczema or a bad back or thyroid issues or whatever it is. You might not have any of that. You might be a very healthy person, but you just know that there's more that you can be doing. And for the most part, that was me when I got started with essential oils. You can still do this. So if that's you, I would just encourage you to spend a bit of time becoming really aware of how you're feeling on a day-to-day basis, both physically and emotionally. But we're just going to park that for a second, and we're going to start back at the beginning and follow this step by step so that each one of you can see how this works. So on this side here, you've got the step-by-step instructions pretty much down here. So step one is to have a look at the 5 foundations of wellness, and just tick areas that you're currently feel like you've got sorted, and just put a little cross next to the ones that you feel like there's either room for improvement or you're just not looking at all. Each one of these 5 steps, so you've got hydration, supplements, sleep, movement and relaxation, supports healthy detoxification. It helps you move effectively into a state of restore and repair, recovery from the stresses of the day, and much, much more. So these are your energy. They can help you with your energy both emotionally and physically. So just spend a bit of time. If you've got something in your head that you want to work on, or just your wellness in general, just have a think and go through these. So I'm just going to do it really quickly while I'm on the phone to you. Hydration, I definitely don't drink enough, and I probably drink too much coffee, so I could probably do more there. Supplements I am taking, and you all know that I absolutely love these Lifelong Vitality supplements from doTERRA. Supplements are so important these days. Our food value is definitely depleted. And not only that, but did you know that like a stressful week, just a week, and I know that there's people out there who have even, stressful years, stressful months, a stressful week alone can deplete your vitamins and minerals by about 40% or more. So that means you need to be getting the recommended daily allowance of all your vitamins and minerals and then some. And so this is where these guys come in for me. I eat healthy, guys. I don't like smash out on Maccas and chips and lots of like bad fats and things like that. I'm really, really conscious about what I'm eating and what I'm feeding my family. So it's not that I have a poor diet. I just know that I need even more. I already have quite a nutrient dense diet, but these natural supplements just, boom, really, really help. The other thing that supplements help with is detoxification. So toxins and chemicals that we're exposed to through personal care, cleaning, our environment, pollution, all the products that we use, heavy metals, all of those sorts of things, smoking, alcohol, those toxins, when our liver sweeps our system for toxins, if it's not able to eliminate everything, it kind of stores them in our fat cells. And so those toxins are not water soluble, they are fat soluble. So what you actually find is that this then has a massive impact on your hormonal system, on weight loss, sleep, energy, all of these other things. You start to feel a bit lethargic. It can be really difficult to get moving in the morning. So your vitamins and minerals, and I guess that's probably what this should say rather than supplements, are really, really, really critical. You need a particular combination of antioxidants, particular minerals, and particular vitamins to help you turn those, extract those chemicals and turn them into water-soluble components that you can then flush out your system with water. So on hydration, your liver does a lot of its work between 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock if you're following the Chinese body clock. And so one of the best things that you can do for yourself first thing in the morning, very, very first thing, is to drink a lot of water. If you can drink like a liter of water first thing in the morning, then you'll be really, really helping your system, because you'll be able to flush out all of those toxins that your liver has spent that time eliminating. And I love to add just a drop of lemon or any of the citrus oils to my water just to help that enjoyment and to support my liver, give myself a kickstart, metabolism a kickstart in the morning and a bit of a cleanse. So also, if you can take your supplements before 9 o'clock, I think it is, in that if you do follow that Chinese body energy clock, what you'll find is that your body actually takes a lot of the vitamins and minerals and things, and that's when it's turning them into energy before 9 o'clock. So those are a couple of things that you can do first thing in the morning, which is great. So supplements, I'm sorted with. Sleep, do you know what? I feel like I'm getting good sleep. I do use my oils in my diffuser at night time, and I do feel like I'm getting adequate sleep and pretty good sleep most of the time. Movement, I'm going to put across there. I could probably do more, although running after my toddler probably counts for a lot there, but I could definitely do more. Relaxation, I think I'm pretty good at now, especially when Troy's at home. But this morning time is also this for me. And I also love to have a bath in the evenings when Troy's home looking after Jack. And yeah, there's books. I think I've got relaxation sorted. I'm sure there's more that we could all do, but anyway, I do like some meditation. I have my Insight Timer app, which gives me lots of guided meditations to choose from for morning, evening, whenever, different types of benefits. And I also like to do a bit of yoga every now and again when Jack allows. So I think I've probably got 3 out of 5 of those fairly well sorted. So the next step is to consider how you're feeling. What are the manifestations of your particular issue, or what are the niggly things, if you're just looking to up-level your wellness in general, what are the niggly things for you? And so I'm talking about things like feeling bloated, headaches, feeling a bit lethargic in the afternoons. Those are not normal. I know we accept them. A lot of us accept them as normal, but those things are not normal. So really take some time to drill down and think about how you're feeling throughout the day. What are the emotions that you're feeling? So for me, I'm going to work through this and do eczema. So it's really important that you think about the emotional and the physical aspects of what you're feeling for this particular exercise. So for me, when I get eczema, it's on my hands. I get peeling skin, I get little blistering, so I'm going to put peeling skin and blistering as separate ones. It's really itchy, so I'm going to put that down as a separate one. It's red and inflamed, so I'm going to put that down as another one. And then what I find when I'm getting my eczema, and this may be the cause of my eczema, because quite often our emotions are linked to physical ailments, or it may just be as a result of my eczema that I feel like this. But I feel particularly irritable, I find, whenever I'm having an eczema flare-up. Usually pretty frustrated. I get a bit of a rash on my hands, you could say. My hands are really sensitive, so I'm going to put rash, sensitive, and dry skin, like really dry skin. Other emotions and things that you might be feeling, you might feel particularly frantic, you might feel particularly overwhelmed or perfectionistic, you might be obsessive, you might be angry, you might feel helpless, whatever you're feeling, particularly if you can connect it to how you feel physically, and the connection may not be obvious, timing wise, then get them down. So then the next step is to go through, get your resource, go through, look up each of those things and write down the oils that are suggested for use. So I did this earlier. Actually, I did it yesterday. So I'm not going to go through because it's going to take up too much of your time. I'm not going to go through and look them up individually, but I am going to talk you through what I found. So I use those resources that I mentioned before. So for blistering, I got lavender. I don't know if you can see this. This is really annoying doing it like this, but anyway. For itching, I got peppermint, lavender, manuka, lavender peace. For red and inflamed, I got frankincense and tea tree. For irritable, I got forgive and clary calm. For frustrated, I got the cleansing blend, cypress, sandalwood, marjoram, geranium, and cardamom. For eczema, so if you do know what your issue is, like if you have a diagnosis, then feel free to put that down and look that up as well. So for eczema, I got HD Clear, which is the topical blend, helichrysum, juniper berry, thyme, and geranium. For rash, I got tea tree, spikenard, lavender, and Roman chamomile. For sensitive, I got lavender, neroli, and geranium. And for dry skin, I got HD Clear, topical blend, myrrh, salubel, geranium, and lavender. So just write them down. Don't judge these oils. Don't think about whether you've got them or not. Just get them all down at this stage. And then the next step is to go through and where you've got an oil repeating, even twice, circle it. And then the other thing to do is if you have one of your symptoms or manifestations that is doesn't have a circle around any of the oils in its list, then just highlight that row for me for the moment, like put a little star next to it or something like that. So then you go through and you look at the ones that you've circled. So for me, and you probably will be becoming aware of this as you, as I was talking then, lavender, geranium, tea tree, and HD Clear were the common ones. I did have a line under irritable that didn't have any common ones. But I'm pretty sure, let's have a look at Clary Calm. I'm pretty sure that Clary Calm does have some of the oils. Yeah, so it's got geranium in it and it's got lavender in it. So you can do that. That's the next thing that you can do is look if there's blends that have come up in a line that doesn't have any commonality, then certainly go and have a look at, you can have a look on the doTERRA website if you don't have the oils at home, but have a look and see what's in them. There's also Roman chamomile, which came up a couple of times in this blend. Go and have a look at what's in them, and that will also be helpful for you in deciding how to progress next. So the important thing here is to make sure that you have a cross section of oils from your that deal with your physical manifestations and your emotional manifestations. Because when we're looking at overall wellness, we should be looking at ourselves as a holistic whole being. And that's where you're going to find that these protocols are probably most effective. So the oils that I'm going to put down for diffusion. So when you're looking at the oils for diffusion, generally speaking, these are going to be the ones that you have circled that are coming up in your emotional manifestations. Because limbic brain is the seat of all of our hormones, emotions, and memory. And so the sense of smell, your olfactory bulb, which is really just an extension of your limbic brain and is directly connected to that part of your being, is the best way to have an impact on that really quickly. So those of you who've been using oils for a while will know that you can change your mood really quickly by putting something in the diffuser or just by inhaling it if it's for yourself, from the bottle or from just a drop in your hands and cupped over your nose. So these are the ones that you might select for your diffusion blend. That's not to say that you're not going to put those oils on you as well, because some of them, like I say, may have come up for your physical manifestations, where often the best way to use your oils is topically, whether that's with a roller ball, if it's sort of a smaller area of something, or whether you're making up a master blend in, say, an old doTERRA bottle or any other small little glass jar, and then getting your drops, putting your coconut oil into a little dish or in your hands, and then rubbing it over a larger area. Don't get caught up on making roller balls. They're really useful if it's a blend that you're going to use a lot of, but they're great support if you're going to rub them on, like and looking to get the aromatic use of them in, the car or the workplace, or for your kids at school or whatever. They're very portable, but don't get caught up in them, because you can just easily mix something on the spot, and yeah, add the coconut oil and off you go. Got to make it easy for yourself. Rollerballs is easy for some people it's not. So down here I've put that I could diffuse Forgive and Geranium. Then for topical, I've got HD Clear, Lavender, Tea Tree, and Geranium. I could probably diffuse lavender as well, so that could go in there. And then that diffusion blend would be something that I'm going to pop in my diffuser every single day for a little while. Give yourself a week. If you're dealing with something in particular, give yourself a week to start noticing some difference. But this is a protocol that you're developing for yourself. So this is something that, particularly if it's a long-term issue, you need to give it some time. You need to make this a habit. And then your topical blend. So you might make that up in a rollerball, or you might make up a master blend, or depending on what your particular issue is. If you're covering a larger area, like if it's a backache and back pain, then you might do a rollerball is probably not going to work as effectively. Or you can do a rollerball, up to you. Yeah, so then I've put down that HD Clear, Lavender, Tea Tree, and Geranium are my topical blend. Under other products, you might decide that, in your research, for me, maybe eczema can be, certain products that I use or certain chemicals might be the cause of it. Like it might be causing me the sensitivity. So I might decide that I'm going to swap out, my skincare or my laundry detergent for one of doTERRA's more natural products. I might be putting, if vitamins and minerals and supplements were an area of where I'd put a cross next to it in that first step, then I might put the supplements down. If I'm dealing with gut issues, then I might put the probiotics on there, or I might put the digestive enzymes, the Terrazyme down there. I might put the unscented hand cream. So this one is a really great alternative to coconut oil. This is the old packet, but they do an unscented lotion, which you can literally just use. So this is my HD Clear, which I've been using for eczema. By the way, this has got some of the oils in it that came up in that thing too, in that list. So tea tree is the main one. Geranium as well. There you go. Tea tree. So I might just roll that in the palm of my hand, and then use this hand cream or this unscented lotion and do it like that. That's a really good way to do it as well. So you might put the unscented cream on that list. And then if you don't have those oils, this will form the basis for you to to set up your loyalty rewards order and start taking advantage of that program. I've been asked recently by quite a few people, what oils would you recommend for your first loyalty rewards order or your second loyalty rewards order? And I find that question really, really hard to answer because, the oils that are going to help me, or the ones that I love the smell of, are going to be very different to what's going to suit everybody else. So this is if you don't know which oils that you need in your collection, then this is a really great exercise for you to take some time to do. And you can do this in like 10 minutes, or you could really spend some time deeply reflecting on the emotional side of things, and the spiritual side of things, and get some more of those manifestations down, because like I said, very often, particularly if you're looking into the work that people like Louise Hay have done, you'll find that your emotions are really deeply connected to physical things that are going on for you. So then in my notes, I might use that section to set some goals for myself. So for me, hydration was something that I needed to pop down and concentrate on. I might put something in there about extra reading that I want to do, questions that I have. Use that note section for whatever you want to do. But definitely when you're considering things that are wrong with you, take some time to think about it yourself. Take your sovereignty back. Empower yourself when it comes to your health and wellness, because, and don't get me wrong, I'm not anti-doctors or medication, but I am anti it if you don't need it. And if there is a natural alternative that will work really well for you. And if there is something that you could be changing in your lifestyle or your diet that would solve the problem for you, or go a long way to solving the problem for you. And this is the journey, I guess, that doTERRA have taken me on, and or that I've undertaken myself, and that doTERRA has, I guess, been a big part of. But there is so much that we can do for ourselves. We don't need to give our power away when it comes to our health and wellness. And this sheet, this is why it got me really excited, makes that really simple, in respect to exploring, looking at the person as a whole, and in respect to exploring how doTERRA in particular can help you. So the other thing that you might use your notes for is when you went through this section and you ticked, or crossed next to hydration, etc., you might consider some of the oils that can help you with those sections too. So if sleep is a problem for you, then also pop that down in your manifestations, and see what oils come up for sleep that maybe correspond to some of these other manifestations. So for me, I think lavender peace did come up once. If sleep was an issue, lavender peace would likely have come up in the recommended oils, and so then that would have been one that I would have probably circled too. Movement. If you're not moving because you're in pain, put pain down, and look into that. If you're constantly like contracted, then put that down and have a look at that. And have a think about using some ice blue rub or something like that. Relaxation, there's plenty of oils that you can use for relaxation, and that can really help you move into that restore and repair state. At the end of the day, Aroma Touch is one of my favorites. Lavender Peace is also good for that. But those can go in your bath, all sorts of things. So there are definitely oils that can help you with each of those areas as well. But there is a lot that you can be doing yourself, oils aside, in those sections. So you could use your notes and set yourself some little goals, etc. But this worksheet basically should form the basis of you developing some new habits. And I know that's really easy to say. I think Troy was doing some training this week, part of his course, and they were saying that it takes like 168 repetitions of something to make it a habit or make it something that you can subconsciously do. But 90%, I think it is, of what we do subconsciously on autopilot. You know, making a coffee, washing your face, brushing your teeth, driving to work, all of those things we don't necessarily have to consciously think about anymore. And so if you can inject some newness and some new habits into your life and repeat them a few times, then you can really start to make a change for the better in terms of your health and wellness. And that's partly what I'm trying to do with this 5 a.m. thing. For me, getting up that time every morning is making a massive difference to the way that I'm going into the day, because I've had that time for relaxation for myself. I've drank my water, I've taken my vitamins, I've done my relaxation, I've done my meditation, I've nourished my brain. I could probably use that time to get some more movement happening, go for a walk or something. But, you know, it's making a big, big difference for me. Anyway, guys, that was really what I wanted to share, was just that, how to work through that with someone or how to work through that for yourself. Like you can see, it's really, really easy. You don't need to know anything. You just need a resource and this worksheet and some reflection time, and you can really make a difference for yourself. So I was going to try and keep these to half an hour, and I've gone over by 1 minute and 8 seconds. But anyway, guys, if you've got any questions, or put them in the comments when I actually get to post this. And also, if there's any topics that you would like me to touch on for this 5 a.m. club, then let me know that too. All right, guys, have a great day. See ya.